I may get honesty right back at me. But,
definitely will.
I'll tell him. I'll be happy to tell him that he's fat. Let's bring on Seth Lewis from KATC, sports director. Seth, do you believe in ghosts?
Do I believe in ghosts?
Yes. My guy Lyndon here believes in ghosts.
No, I believe in Jesus. That's about it.
And look, I'm not saying that I believe in ghosts, Seth. I'm just saying if they're real, I'm not messing with it. Like, why should I chance it and mess with it if they're real or if they're not? I'm just not going to put myself in a situation of paranormal stuff. For example, somebody was playing with a Ouija board. I don't need to be there.
Yeah, no, the Ouija board.
That's too much.
Definitely not Jesus. So yeah, I'm not rocking with the Ouija board. It does sound like you don't do haunted houses though.
No, I don't.
That's what it sounds like.
I don't, Seth. I'm gonna be honest with you.
So you're not gonna go see the new movie Haunted Mansion?
Why?
I want to see. Now I want to go. I want to take you to the movie and just watch. I won't even watch the movie. I just want to see your reaction.
Hey, that could be content. There we go.
All right, Seth Lewis. We got SEC Media Days coming up. We got Sunbelt Media Days coming up. Could be some really good football. What intrigues you the most? We'll start with LSU since SEC's coming up first. What intrigues you the most about the LSU Tigers and the SEC this year?
I think for me with LSU, and it's kind of funny, everybody's been talking about it, right? Second year, LSU baseball wins a national championship in the second year under Jay Johnson. LSU women's basketball wins a championship in year 2 under Kim Mulkey. Now, I'm not saying that LSU is going to win a national championship in year 2 under Brian Kelly, but I think it is intriguing to see exactly how they look going into their second year, right? He is definitely a complete culture change and shift from Ed Orgeron, and it went well in year 1. But now how do they retain that? How do they build on that? And then also it's year 2 for Jaden Daniels at quarterback. So how does he elevate? Because he had good moments. There was maybe some times where he may have struggled a little bit, but for the most part, he really did do a good job, especially as the offensive line was starting to kind of come along at the beginning of the season. So for me, with LSU football, it's definitely a lot of the twos and seeing how people look in year 2, especially under Brian Kelly.
And what do you think the major holes are heading into this season?
I think the major holes for LSU heading into the season, I mean, they probably have some questions at running back. Obviously, Josh Williams is coming back, and he's definitely solid, but it'll be interesting to see with the run game. I think also that there's going to be a lot of new pieces in the defensive backfield. And so I think that when you talk about there, like, how does Zy Alexander transition? Zy Alexander, local guy from Laurelville, has been an All-American at Southeastern. Now he's going over to LSU. What does that look like? And then what do some of the other pieces over there look like? And so to me, that's probably the biggest question. And then, even with LSU, the ball did bounce their way sometimes last year with certain games. And so it'll just be interesting to see that as well as far as, the schedule, it sets up nice, in my opinion, for them. The only game to me that's very much so in question when looking at the schedule just from the outright is Alabama in Tuscaloosa, coming off of LSU beating them last year. It's going to be on their mind for sure when they go over there. But and they have tough games. Obviously, the first game of the season is going to be a top 5 matchup with Florida State, and it's going to be in Florida. And so, but that would be, for me, those would probably be my biggest questions at the backfield and then also the defensive backfield too.
We're talking with Seth Lewis, sports director, KATC TV here in Lafayette. Any concerns about Harold Perkins Jr. moving inside compared to kind of outside? He's kind of like a joker position. He's kind of all over the field last year, like a Troy Polamalu.
I think with Harold Perkins, he's a football player. So, he's just going to figure it out no matter what. But I also feel like if it's not working there, that I think this coaching staff is smart enough to know that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if it is broke, do fix it. You know what I mean? So I think I'm not worried about him making an impact. I think he's going to be great wherever he is. And ultimately, they're going to put him in the best position to be successful.
He is Seth Lewis, KATC sports director. What about the Ragin Cajuns? Obviously, it's going to start with the quarterback.
Yeah, but it's absolutely what happens at quarterback. I mean, you're talking about last year it was a 2-man competition. This year it is going to be a 3-man competition with Zion Chris rightfully entering that mix. And so, yeah, for me, it's definitely that. What happens at quarterback, and then also continuity, too. I mean, when you talk about what happened with them last year, like, it was a lot of, okay, like Chandler Fields is our quarterback, but then also we're playing Ben Wooldridge every 4th series and then every 3rd series. Like, is there going to be any of that as well this year, or is it like, okay, when we decide a starter, we're handing the keys to them, and then we're going to figure it out. And so, and I think some of those things could possibly help the offense too. And so, deciding a quarterback and then even the plan with the quarterback, to me, is the number one question for the Cajuns entering this season.
Do you think they're a bowl team again?
Do I think they're a bowl team again? I think that they could be a bowl team. I do. I think that there's a lot of people have left, right? Not only from the people that graduated, but also the people that transferred. I mean, like, it's really tough when you have somebody like a Trey Amos, who is was going to be one of, if not your best player coming into this next year, transferring after spring ball to go to Alabama. Like, that's a tough loss to have, losing a Cam Pedescalo, who's been just a solid and really fun guy to watch over the last couple years as he transferred to Tulane. Like, that's a tough loss. And so it's going to depend on how some of the other people that are obviously still here, and then some of the guys that they recruited, because they did recruit some nice talent, to come in. It's going to be dependent on how they step into those new roles. I think if those guys are able to transition well, I think that they could definitely be a bowl team. I mean, there was only one game last year that UL just outright got beat, and that's Florida State. Every other game, it was close. Even Southern Miss, when they were down 29-5, I mean, they come back and it's a one-score game with UL driving potentially to tie it when I believe they threw an interception in that 4th quarter. But every game that they played this year, they were in. Some of those that they ended up losing, they were leading for the majority of the game, or in the 4th quarter, or tied in the 4th quarter. And so, the team can absolutely be bowl eligible, but it definitely depends on how some of the other guys that we don't know as much about right now step up.
All right, a couple more minutes here with Seth Lewis from KATC. What about high school football? Is it the usual suspects here? What do we got? LCA and STM and Turlings and Acadiana?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be some of the usual suspects. I mean, we haven't, like right now at KATC, we're diving into our Super 16 series, which is, we highlight the 16 best, our 16-ish best and most interested seniors going into the 2023 season. And so, we've kind of been focused on, like, the individuals right now. But, I mean, there's a lot of star power. I mean, when you talk about star power, it absolutely starts with Lafayette Christian, because they have a lot of talent coming back. Jawan Johnson, who is an LSU commit at cornerback, is probably, you could argue, he's the best quarterback in the state. And just maybe because of his size, he won't have the chance to be able to play that at the next level. But, I mean, he's absolutely phenomenal there. And then you're talking about Melvin Hills and Sandy Lewis and Ty Lee, who Ty Lee hasn't had all of the same maybe offers, because Melvin Hills and Sandy Lewis have offers from like Alabama and LSU and Texas A&M and most of the big schools. But Ty Lee may not have all those same offers, but this is a guy who was a unanimous all-state selection at defensive back. And so there's a lot of – and that's just talking about those four. There's obviously other players that are really capable on that team. And so they have a lot of talent, but, I mean, it's crazy because in that same – it's not even just the same class or division. It's the same district. When you're talking about – you mentioned Turlings, and you mentioned St. Thomas More, and those two teams will obviously be contenders as well, with Turlings with Preston Welch at quarterback, and then STM with Sam Altman at quarterback. And so obviously that district is going to be the one to watch. It's going to be probably the one to watch for a very long time, and that's just mentioning those three. That's not even talking about like a Westgate. And so, I think that that district and those teams are definitely something to watch. But Acadiana, they deserve mention in that too. They're going to be back. I think Karen Crow would be back. I think that, Vermilion Catholic lost a lot of seniors, but that's a team that made it to the state championship game last year. So I definitely think that you can never discount them. And there's some other teams too. We always, as a station and as a KATC sports team, me, Jamarcus, and Megan, like we always get a better feel for it once we do our KATC media days, and once we do our previews and whatnot. We really start to get a feel for like, okay, who should be the contenders across the area.
All right, so I left, I think, before they started playing football. What about Southside?
Oh, Southside. I mean, look, Southside had their best season last year. And Southside absolutely is a school that has been that has been really impressive. Now, Southside lost a couple guys, and so I think it'll be interesting to see, again, without talking to them and without doing our previews yet, on exactly who's coming back and who's going to be the guy for them. But like you talk about like a Landon Baptiste. I mean, Landon Baptiste was one of the best players in the area, period, last year at quarterback for them. But he was a senior, and so obviously they won't have his services for this upcoming season. So it'll be interesting for them to see how they replace Landon Baptiste at quarterback.
He is Seth Lewis, sports director at KATC. Thanks for hopping on, my friend. Will anybody going to Nashville, or we'll just see you in New Orleans?
No, just see us in New Orleans. We'll be watching Nashville with everybody else, or we'll be watching Nashville with other people when it comes to the SEC Media Days. But we'll definitely be in New Orleans. Myself and Megan Glover will be in New Orleans at Sunbelt Media Days for the Cajuns.
Outstanding. Appreciate your time, Seth. Thank you so much.
Always. Thanks, Dave.
All right. We got to do that more often.
Yeah,
right?
I like Seth.
He's really good.
To his point, though, Westgate's going to be good, man. They already have another cornerback that is being highly touted and recruited. 247 Sports wrote about it. Jabari Antoine for the 2025 class. He's being targeted by LSU,
he's a sophomore.
Bama. He played at a camp and he did really well, and he got some good looks.
So he's a junior. He's a sophomore now. He's going to be a junior.
Going to be a junior, yeah.
Going to be a junior.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were looking at it. He did really well. And I'm friends with the cornerback coach for Westgate, and him and the Texas commit that's going to be at Texas this year. They came and they interviewed, and he said anytime they have anybody, they're always willing to come in, do interviews. And basically he said this kid is the next one, and he's going to be better than the guy who just went to Texas, and he thinks he's going to be better overall than Kayshawn Booty. Because Kayshawn Booty's a Westgate guy. Yeah, he said this kid's the real deal. So whenever it's time, Dave, we have him on the show.
We'll have him on the show. All right, let's take a time out. We can recap Zion again. We can talk Major League Baseball.
Oh, I do have some stuff we can talk about.
We can talk about, Linden believing in ghosts.
The SEC 2023 preseason power rankings are out.
All right, we can do that as well. Back after this, Dave Schultz, Lyndon Burton. The Wednesday afternoon Yacht Rock Sports Chat, 103.3 The Go.
Thirsty for intelligent sports talk? Sounds like you need a little Gatorade. 103.3 The Goat. The greatest sports talk of all time.
Getting a new mattress has never been so easy and affordable. At Home Furniture, with no money down, low payments, and up to 60 months special financing, you can get a Sealy as low as $38 a month. A Purple mattress from $48 a month. Stearns & Foster, just $50 a month. Or a Tempur-Pedic, only $52 a month. All in stock with no money down, low payments, and up to 60 months special financing. Plus next day delivery. See store for details. Through Saturday at Home Furniture Plus Bedding.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T.
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is something called Testofen, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ORDER to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text ORDER to 42424. That's ORDER to 42424.
Hi, I'm Connie Britton, and I want to share with you the experience of Donna in Washington. She writes, I got injured about 5 years ago. I was let go when, because of the injury, I couldn't keep up with my schedule. I've tried to find other work, but I'm 68 now. No one wants to hire someone that old. This week is tough, though, because I had to get my tooth fixed. So I only have $10 in my checking account. But it will be okay. I at least have food because of this pantry. Millions of people face hunger. Some every day, just like Donna. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
What is dedication?
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is Dariana. We call him Day for short. Every day he's hungry for something, whether it's attention, affection, knowledge. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that when he's no longer under my wing, that he's a good person. I want him to be able to sit back one day and go, we worked together, we did a good job.
That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Thirsty for intelligent sports talk? Sounds like you need a little Gatorade. 103.3 The GOAT, the greatest sports talk of all time.
All right, so before we do the power rankings, all right, SportsChat will be live at SEC Media Days in Nashville next week. SEC Media Days are the unofficial beginning of the college football season, and SportsChat with myself, Dave Schultz, will be there beginning Monday, July 17th through Thursday, July 20th. I'll bring you the coaches, players, and media covering the SEC in 2023. The 2023 SEC Media Days brought to you by Lafayette Roofing and Dwight Andrus, a division of Hub International. That's SportsChat with me, Dave Schultz, live from Nashville. The 2023 SEC Media Days on the best sports talk in Acadiana, 103.3 The GOAT and 103.3thegoat.com. All right, 2 good reads in a row.
Yeah, you've been doing well, man, besides that first one.
Is there a ghost you would not rather see? Or, I mean, you were afraid of Casper?
No, okay. Not afraid of Casper. Casper's cool.
Right.
Also, I looked it up. There is a Louisiana name for what Sam Darnold was dealing with, because he also, as I delved more into the story for the story on 103.3 The GOAT, he was dealing with the koshmar, or the witch that rides you in your sleep. Basically, he had sleep paralysis and he couldn't move. And then because when you're in sleep paralysis, you can see around you, or at least hear around you, and he felt a presence in the room near him. So not only was he dealing with the koshmar, he had another ghost in the room. In his words. So when he comes
that sounds like it was in your words.
Well, I mean, he said, in his words, he said he felt like someone was holding him down.
Right.
But
that's not here. That was in Kittle's.
In Kittle's pool house. I'm thinking the koshmar traveled with him.
That's in the
Bay Area. The koshmar traveled with him. Yeah.
Traveled with him.
And then when he comes to New Orleans.
Get points for that?
Look, when they play the 49ers in the playoffs, we have a 12th man, the koshmar.
We have a 12th man.
Yeah, the Saints fans do. We have a koshmar.
As if Sam Darnold isn't enough.
That's a good point.
No. All right, what is your 24/7 doing the SEC power rankings?
So look, I'll pull it up right here so you can see as well.
Oh, man.
So at 14, we got Vanderbilt.
Right.
At 13, Florida Gators.
Wow.
Is that low? Is that too low for them? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
12, Auburn.
Okay.
11, Missouri.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. 10, Mississippi State.
New head coach.
I think Florida will be better than Mississippi State.
The new head coach. It's gonna be a tough year for Mississippi State. All right.
Number 9, Arkansas.
That's a little surprising.
8, Kentucky.
Is that because of Leary?
So, look, that's the first name. They say Devin Leary. Yep.
Okay. And the
Cohn.
offensive coordinator's coming back.
Yep.
Yeah. Went to the Rams for a year. Okay.
South Carolina. I think that's high for them. 7, being honest. 6, Ole Miss. 5, your Texas A&M Aggies.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. Yeah.
4, Tennessee.
We'll see. So Tennessee is at that spot where, because they got to replace not one wide receiver, they got to replace 2 wide receivers and the quarterback. So are they rebuilding or are they Alabama and reloading?
Retooling, yeah. Okay. Number 3, speaking of Bama.
Number 3 is Bama.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Number 2, LSU.
Wow.
And number 1, Georgia.
Okay.
What do you disagree with major? Let's go like parts of the list that we really disagree with.
I probably agree with the top 3.
Yeah, I do too.
All right. I agree.
I can't put LSU over Georgia until they beat them.
Right.
Yeah, they got to show me.
Or compete with them.
Exactly.
Anyways, they got
last year was a blowout. Yeah.
Right.
And the question is, do you think Georgia will be as good with all the losses they've had on defense?
But here's the thing. I don't know that. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know the Georgia defense. Okay. But is it possible they could be better at quarterback? Is that the crazy thing?
No.
Could they be better at quarterback?
I'm with you on that. Let's see who.
Well, go back.
Yeah.
I want to see the power rankings. Okay. So Georgia, LSU, Bama, I agree with that. Again, I'm going to take the under for
Bama.
Alabama.
Yeah.
Although I did again check. I got to get on this.
Yeah, you
Lyndon.
do. It's going to keep going up.
Well, no, 7.5 for South Alabama is a ridiculous number.
Oh. Oh, for the Sun Belt, yeah.
I mean,
they're going to have 10 wins easy.
I would think so. Yeah. I may see what they are for conference champions.
Because they're the top team in the Sun Belt.
I think so.
No, I'm with you too.
I do.
Tennessee at 4 is interesting. That's a lot of love to Joe Milton.
But are they going to put A&M there? I'm going to put Tennessee there before I'm going to put A&M.
Yeah, you're right. Because A&M's shaky, in my opinion.
All right.
Super shaky. Then you got, is Ole Miss good at 6?
Can they beat somebody? Has he beaten anybody yet?
They haven't.
To be honest with you?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm with you.
They had a shot to beat Alabama last year, and they couldn't finish it off.
And they failed, yeah.
Right.
And they could have beat LSU. They didn't. I just want to see Ole Miss live up to the hype, and it's not just Lane Kiffin hoopla. Because right now it's just Lane Kiffin. The media loves him because he gives us content, but in terms of production, they haven't really produced. Lane Kiffin was supposed to be the quarterback guy. I don't even know who their quarterback is.
Jackson Dart.
True, yeah, this is supposed to be a good Dart.
At least to begin with.
And then 7, South Carolina?
So he needs to be more consistent.
Yeah.
All right? And maybe...
And you're talking about Rattler.
And the coach.
Oh, and the coach. Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Shane Beamer.
Right, so they get some nice wins, right? They were blowing out Tennessee before Hooker got hurt, right? And then, unfortunately, Hooker got hurt. Unfortunate for him. So they need to be more consistent, right? They need to take that Kane Womack thing that he talks about, instead of believing you can win, expecting you can win.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like South Carolina kind of believes and hopes they can win. They don't expect to win just yet.
And I don't know if Rattler, he still hasn't lived up to the hype that is Spencer Rattler. I expected this dude to be a top coming under, the path that he did, and now he's not even the top.
Well, he just lost all confidence. All confidence.
And he's not even the top quarterback in the SEC. You have Jaden Daniels above him. You have KJ Jefferson above him. Jackson Dart may end up being above him. You know what I'm saying? And Rattler's supposed to be...
Carson Beck is probably above him.
He's supposed to be the best quarterback in the SEC, if I'm being honest.
Right. Well, he was supposed to be a Heisman Trophy candidate a couple years ago.
True. He was supposed to replace Kyler Murray in that legendary list of quarterbacks.
But now it's the guy who replaced him. Was at USC.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams, who
the guy.
Outshined him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Number 8, Kentucky seems too high at 8. And granted, I don't know much about Kentucky.
I think that's pretty good.
Okay, you
that's
like that?
That's usually where they are. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty good.
Over Florida and Mississippi State?
Over Mississippi State for sure.
For sure. Gotcha.
And Florida is probably, It should be there. I don't think Florida should be 13th.
Yeah.
And you can call me Homer if that's the case with Napier. But I would think Florida would be
a little higher than that.
8 or 9.
Yeah,
right there.
And I think Arkansas should be above Kentucky because Arkansas with KJ Jefferson, they're going to be pretty good, man. And Raheem Sanders.
I mean, they should be.
Yeah.
But he needs to be good, too.
True.
That's the problem.
True. And then at 10 with Mississippi State, I'm with you. That's high for them, in my opinion.
I mean, I don't know about that. By 1, maybe?
Yeah, I'd have them at 11 or 12. Also, Missouri at 11.
You put Mississippi State behind Missouri?
No. Okay, so I would raise up Auburn, up Florida, and I'd put Auburn at 10, Florida at 11, and then Mississippi State, Missouri.
I would put Missouri at 13.
Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah. Is Auburn too low at 12?
Probably, but we have so many unknowns.
Questions,
I mean, they got a bunch of transfers in, and
our guy from the War Report said they're going to be.
Are they going to be
12.
from who?
You remember our guy that we had on from? I think it shows the War Report.
Yeah.
He was saying that Auburn's going to be good. Yeah,
Mike. Well,
I get it. He's a homer for sure.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, which I don't mind.
True,
but we take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
all right,
for
grain of salt. So.
And then 13, the Gators, and then the last one.
I don't even know. I mean, I guess the kid from Wisconsin is the quarterback.
The Graham Mertz, the transfer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look, Billy Napier's going to be a hot seat if they end up being 13.
Yeah, he will be. Yes, he will be.
Bad, man.
Yeah.
I feel for the guy.
The AD said he wasn't going to be, but if they are 13th in the SEC, if they're just ahead of Vanderbilt, that's a problem.
You know what that is. Yeah, he can say all he wants.
And it's going to start fast because don't they open up with Utah again? Utah.
Let's see.
They got lucky to win that game last year against Utah.
Let's see. We can count how many wins we think they get. Florida Gators schedule.
And then only 5.5, isn't there over? Well, I got it right here. Hold on a second. Let's see here.
Yeah, you're right. They open up with Utah. Jeez, man. Talk about difficult. Yeah, whenever you're ready, I got the schedule up.
All right, hold on. NFC.
Or we can take a break and do it when we come back.
All right, let's take a break.
Yeah. Look at me, Dave, getting the structure for us.
That's right. Better than Jay and Smoke Dog and Ronnie, who call right when we're about to take a break. And if you want to know something, I think you were actually here before 2:50 today.
Oh, big time. I was here at 2:40 something, 2:41.
19 minutes ahead of time?
Yes, sir.
Right.
I could have been here at 2:30, but Popeyes took a little long.
We're blaming it on the fast food.
Oh,
place.
yeah, definitely.
Right. Back after this, Dave Schultz, Lyndon Burton, 103.3 The GOAT.
It's a good thing goats have 4 stomachs. Otherwise, there's no way we could swallow some of these takes.
Hey, goat, what's going on out there?
103.3 The GOAT, the greatest sports talk of all time.
Hey, just stop by to say hello, and my gosh, look how busy it is in here. How'd you get all these customers?
Yeah, this month has been a record breaker. You know, for a long time, we had decent business coming in by word of mouth, but we weren't growing. Lately, though, a lot of folks have been finding us online, and that's made all the difference.
That's terrific. I wish I could figure out how to do that with my shop, but I have no idea where to start.
Just do what I did. It's not as hard as you think. Go to mylocalcustomers.com to see exactly how many searches there are for businesses just like yours.
Okay, then what?
Well, if you see there are a good number of clients searching in our area, you'll also get some suggestions for the best way to get their attention.
Do you think there are a lot of people searching for my business?
Only one way to find out. Go to mylocalcustomers.com. It's quick, easy, and free. Go to mylocalcustomers.com for a free local customer analysis that will show you how many customers are searching online for your type of business. It's quick, easy, and free. Visit mylocalcustomers.com. That's mylocalcustomers.com.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the LHSAA, are the 110,000 high school sports students in Louisiana. And so we stand. We stand for the runners, soccer, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, administrators, and officials. We stand for the swimmers, football players, and wrestlers. We stand for the golfers, softball, and volleyball players. We stand as the national leader and advocate for high school athletics and all who participate in them and make them possible. Because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Starlight Children's Foundation brightens the lives of sick kids like my son Finn, who was born with congenital heart disease. Learn more about Starlight by visiting starlight.org today.
Don't let someone get your goat. There's plenty to go around for everyone. 103.3 The GOAT, the greatest sports talk of all time.
Man, every time I hear this, I think of Regulators by Warren G. and Nate Dogg. One day I'll play Regulators, but I gotta get the clean version.
Dave Schultz, Lyndon Burton on a Wednesday afternoon Yacht Rock edition of Sports Chat. Having issues finding, there we go. The lines. We did get lines for NBA win totals. Not lines, but win totals. Yeah. All right, team futures. I want to see a division winner, regular season wins.
Oh, we're doing the NBA before we do this college football stuff?
No,
okay.
I'm doing what we're doing Florida, right?
Yeah, Florida.
Okay, so Florida over under, where did it go? I thought I saw some of them like 5.5.
Jeez, people really think they're going to be bad.
Yeah.
And if that happens, man, I feel for Billy because he walked into a situation that just was in flummox, man. And he's the type of guy that needs 2 years to rebuild his program.
Well, he's going to get 2 years.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is year 2.
Yeah.
But if it's bad, he's going to be on the hot seat.
Well, that's a problem.
Yeah,
he didn't need 2 years here.
He did? I thought it took him a year. I thought it took him 2. Wait, I thought it took him 2.
He went to a bowl game.
Yeah, you're right.
First year, Cure Bowl.
First year, yeah.
Florida over under 5.5. Over is -120. Under is an even bet. So slightly favored to go over. All right. So we need to find 6 wins.
Yeah, let's look. So we got the schedule up.
Okay.
Game 1, Utah.
We'll say that's a loss.
Yep.
All right.
McNeese State 1.
1.
Tennessee's a loss.
Okay. It seems to be in Gainesville, but okay. 1 and 2.
Charlotte win.
2.
Kentucky. In Kentucky.
I mean, they always beat them, but it's been a thing. So
Kentucky's been flipping the script
a little bit lately. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So still 2.
Vanderbilt, I'll give them that one.
All right. 3.
South Carolina South Carolina.
South Carolina will be favored. All right.
Mm-hmm. Georgia.
No.
Arkansas.
We'll give that a win. That's 4.
Okay. So you're giving them 4. Okay.
Yeah, because it's at home.
Florida, LSU. No. Missouri, I'll give them that one.
And that's 5.
And then Florida State,
so
no
now
way.
you got to beat Florida State.
And you know
or else you got to beat one of those other teams at home.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're beating Arkansas like we gave. Like that's a toss up in my opinion. I know we gave it to them, but I think KJ Jefferson's a good quarterback.
Winning on the road is hard.
It's hard. Yeah,
really winning on the road,
especially winning on the road in November.
In college football, it's really hard.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So if Arkansas goes in there and Florida's relatively healthy, that's impressive. It's just hard.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. We have another schedule up. We got Arkansas. Speaking of KJ Jefferson in Arkansas.
All right, let's see if we can find Arkansas's over-under here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why this is not in very good order.
Let's see if I can find it while you're... I'll see if I can get it a little fast.
I thought it was about 8.5 for Arkansas.
Football. What would you be, futures?
Yeah, NCAA futures. Arkansas is actually only 7.
Oh.
And they're favored under at 145.
Oh, okay.
All right, so see if you can find
7 wins.
You got to find 8 wins.
8 wins.
8
okay.
wins. All right.
BYU. No. Sorry. WCU. That's a dub. That's a win.
All right, but that's Western Carolina.
Does that not count?
One of them counts, I think. All right, but go ahead.
Kent State, does that count?
That's 2. Yeah,
2?
That's a group of 5. Yeah.
BYU.
All right, so let's say 3-0. All right, that's at home. I'm taking that. If that was in Provo, I'd probably go the other way.
Now, this is where the loss comes. LSU at LSU.
Okay.
Loss. Texas A&M at home, though.
I'm going to take Arkansas. That's 4.
That's 4 wins. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm taking Arkansas as well. Mississippi, Ole Miss.
That's on the road. I'll take a loss.
Yeah, so we're at 4 wins still. Bama, that's a loss.
Right.
Mississippi State, I'll take that win.
That's 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Florida game that we gave Florida.
I gave Florida.
Yeah, you gave Florida.
You want to give it to Arkansas.
I want to give it Arkansas. Yeah,
so
I
there's
do. 6. Auburn.
Yeah.
That's at Arkansas. That's 7 right there.
Right.
And then FIU.
That's a win.
8. And then Missouri.
That's 9.
So they're sitting at. We'll take away the Florida game that we gave them.
That's still 8.
Still 8. Yep. I like it. Arkansas has an easy schedule this year when we're looking at it. I mean, they only play
Alabama.
I was gonna say Bama and
they got
LSU on the road.
BYU.
Yeah, that's
BYU is tough, and they always play Bama,
and then they have WCU, Kent State.
But they got Florida, and who else is from the? Are they only playing one team from the East? Oh, Missouri.
In Missouri, yeah,
So,
that's pretty easy. They skip out on Georgia
as it goes. Yeah,
they skip out on Tennessee.
Right.
Yeah. LSU and we know LSU has a more difficult schedule, and we're about to see Ole Miss because I have Ole Miss right here as well. And the last one we'll do is South Carolina. So Mercer, that's a win.
Sure.
Tulane at Tulane, even though Tulane's becoming good.
Careful.
Yeah.
Careful.
No, I know. And because that quarterback was on the list we looked at the other day.
Michael Pratt.
Yep.
Yeah, careful.
So do you want to give that one to Tulane? I'm okay with it.
We'll give it to Tulane for argument's sake here. But
gotcha.
That is not going to be the pushover that
Mississippi fans will believe it is.
Think that it is. It feels like you're talking to George Faust is what it sounds like. Let me see what the over-under is there. So, all right, so you got so now you're 1-1?
Yeah, 1-1. Mm-hmm. And then once you get it, we'll pull it up. But that, to me, the thing we're talking about with Tulane goes to my point that I said in the morning show that I want to bring up to you. Louisiana might be the best state in college sports overall when you look at all the schools. Might be the best state. We can go through that after this. But Tulane's picked it up. You got the Cajuns. You got LSU. McNeese picked it up. They might be the best state in college sports.
So,
you got the over.
That may be pushing it.
We can talk about that in a second.
Yeah,
we can talk about it in a second.
Pushing it a little bit. So Ole Miss is over under 7.5.
7.5. Okay, so we got to get them to 8. So 1 with Mercer.
All right.
Loss with Tulane.
All right.
Georgia Tech.
That's a win.
That's a win.
Right.
Alabama loss. LSU loss. Even though it is on the road, LSU is on the road in that one.
Okay.
But I'll still take LSU over
all
there.
Right.
Arkansas. That's at home.
So we said that was going to be a win for Mississippi.
Yep. Yes, we did. So we're at 2 right now. Or 3, excuse me. Mercer, Georgia Tech, Arkansas. Okay. Auburn's at home for Auburn.
So no.
No. Okay. Vanderbilt. Yeah, that's a win.
That's 4.
Texas A&M at home.
5.
Okay. Yep. Georgia, that's a loss. UL Monroe, that's a win. And then Mississippi State on the road.
So that's 7.
Yeah. That's really
Mississippi
6.
State, so it's 6.
Yeah, it's 6. Yeah. Where do you think they get that extra win from?
They got to get 2 extra wins.
2 extra wins, yeah. It's got to be Tulane.
Yeah.
And it's going to have to be...
LSU?
I was going to say Texas A&M at home.
I had them beating A&M.
Oh, yeah, we do. Okay. Yeah, it's going to have to be Mississippi State on the road or LSU, yeah.
LSU is a tougher team, but you don't, the Egg Bowl is a different
beast.
That is one of the more hated rivalries.
Is it really?
I feel that's...
They don't like each other?
Not at all.
Interesting.
Like there's a serious hatred that goes on.
I feel like Mississippi State fans view Ole Miss as snooty. Like the Oxford, the way they...
Yes.
Yeah, the
Very
whole
much
frat
so.
society.
But they are... That is, compared to some other
Do you think it's more brutal than Auburn, Bama?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Because at least in the Auburn, Alabama thing, at least one team is usually good, if not great.
True.
For a long time.
Both were bad.
Really bad.
Yeah. No.
And this was a game that mattered the whole time.
Interesting. And I bet Ole Miss didn't like it when they were bad and Mississippi State was relatively good.
Well, weren't they really good both at the same time?
So I remember when Ole Miss had the former Florida coach, the one before Napier. I can't remember his name.
Mullen.
Mullen, yeah. So
not Dan Mullen.
Mississippi State.
Not that. Was it Dan Mullen? Yeah, Dan Mullen.
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And I remember when they had Dan Mullen. They were
so that was
pretty
with
good.
Dak Prescott.
Yep.
Well, that wasn't Ole Miss the same good. Was just as good.
They were.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what Hugh Freeze and everything.
Oh yeah. And they had the Kimdichie brothers and
won the Sugar Bowl.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you're right.
Cheated, but they won the Sugar Bowl.
Yeah, from the Dan Mullen era.
Kind of like you in NBA 2K.
Oh, stop it. I'm not a cheater, but the Dan Mullen era, they were good. I didn't know that was that big of a rivalry.
Well, they were number one. And Mullen had them number one, right?
Yeah, Mullen had them beating LSU. I remember they beat, and people were mad.
Oh, they blew out LSU.
Yeah.
That was, yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking.
I may have lost money on that game.
That's what I'm thinking.
I was in New Orleans. I was in
intense.
New Orleans for that game.
Oh, okay. So it's going to be tough for them. Now, the final team we have is South Carolina. See how real they are. They start with UNC, Drake May.
That's going to be a loss. South Carolina over under 6.5.
Oh, okay. So they got to get to 7.
And they are favored right now. The under at 135.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah. Drake May.
So we got to get
game.
7 wins?
Yeah, 7 wins.
So that's Drake May versus Spencer Rattler. That's a pretty good matchup.
I think that's going to rattle Spencer Rattler's cage.
But that's in Charlotte.
That is.
Okay.
But I mean, North Carolina, South Carolina, not that far.
Well, no.
Not that far of a travel, but still on the road.
It's not in South Carolina. It's not a home game.
Oh, so it's a neutral field.
Neutral field.
Oh, I'm picking UNC.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So starting off with a loss.
All right.
Furman, I'll give them that one. Furman's a win.
1.
Loss against Georgia.
Okay.
Mississippi State.
At
that's
home.
a win. Yeah.
Okay, that's 2.
Loss against Tennessee.
All right.
Florida on the road. We gave it to
Florida at home.
Yeah, no, Florida at home, yeah.
Okay. So is that 4?
That's 3 right now.
Okay, so 3.
Missouri, they're on the road. South Carolina is. Which you giving it to
that's gonna be the difference whether they get this or not. So we'll say that's a Missouri win.
Win right now. Okay. So we're at 3. Texas A&M loss.
No, yeah.
JSU win. We're at 4.
Okay.
Vanderbilt win. We're at 5.
Right.
Kentucky at home late in the season.
6.
And then Clemson to finish it out. That's the 7.
Well, I got people picking Clemson to win the thing.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
They're not going to beat South Carolina. Won't beat them. So that's so they
6.
need to be Clemson and or
North Carolina.
Yeah, and Missouri.
And no, the one we said Florida. That's the one we said.
No.
Is that not the one we said? No, you're right. Missouri's the
Missouri.
Yeah.
Right, because it's in Missouri.
It's in Missouri. Yep.
Missouri.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm picking teams that are who's going to be favored, right, in the ball game.
Yeah.
So generally speaking.
Okay, interesting. I don't know if South Carolina's going to do it, man. They might end up under that 7 wins.
That's going to be a problem for Shane Beamer, right?
Yeah.
He's had Spencer Rattler for 2 years.
Does he on the hot seat?
He will be if he's another 7, 8-win team.
6-win team, yeah.
6 win, 7-win team, right?
Yep,
the first year was magic, right? I mean, he basically had like an administrator become a coach and become the quarterback, right? And he's winning with, smoke and mirrors. Then last year he gets Spencer Rattler. And
when you say smoke and mirror, you're talking about the changing of the formations and like hiding.
No, he was winning with somebody who wasn't playing quarterback at the beginning of the season.
Okay, I got you. I thought you were talking about how they call the Rams coach a lot of smoke and mirrors for the way they move linemen and formations and whatnot.
No.
Okay.
No.
Gotcha.
How did he win with the guy who hadn't played quarterback in a couple of years? So
True.
That was a couple of years ago. And then he got Spencer Rattler, and maybe they figured it out at the end of the year. Remember, Joe Burrow said, it wasn't I lacked confidence, I just lacked experience. I hadn't played football in like 4 years when he got to LSU.
And maybe that's
right.
what
Since his senior year of high school, he was sitting on the bench.
Yep.
And so by, middle of that season, post Alabama, he started to get a hang of it. And then he took the hit from, UCF and
and it changed everything.
It changed the course of history. So
if he doesn't get hit, do you think he goes on that run? That's a question that people ask. That big hit really. Oh no, I think it was UCF. Yeah, you're right.
It was at UCF.
Yeah. When if he doesn't take that big hit, does that really light his fire?
I think they would have been fine. The next year would. I don't think that mattered for next year.
Gotcha.
That's when it started.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right, let's take a timeout. We'll do NBA quickly.
Okay.
When we come back. I'll tell you whether I'm going to bet on the over or not.
Okay.
It's going to be how much Zion weighs. And if you want to give me a number on what Zion weighs, I'm taking the over.
Yeah, I'm taking the over as well. Even before the weight, we're doing it.
All right, back after this. Remember, Danny Vietti at the bottom of the hour.
Sorry for that.
Bottom of the next hour to talk baseball from CBS Sports. Dave Schultz, Lyndon Burton, 103.3 The GOAT.
Adventure, explore, and much more at Louisiana, where the good times roar. Swing by and explore with all of your animal friends, from wild and wondrous to mighty and majestic. See your favorite animals from the jungles of South America, the plains of Africa, and the swamps of the South. Play on the playground, ride on the safari train and storybook carousel, discover treasures and more. Have fun at Louisiana, where the good times roar.
The Dell Technologies Black Friday in July event has arrived with limited quantity deals on top tech to power any passion. Save on select XPS PCs and more powered by the latest Intel Core processors. Plus, get savings on select monitors and accessories, free shipping, and monthly payment options with Dell Preferred Account. Save today by calling 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. Offered to U.S. residents by WebBank, who determines qualifications for and terms of credit.
We're going abroad for the first time in years, to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is something called Testofen, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ORDER to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text ORDER to 42424. That's ORDER to 42424.
Roxanne Watson is on a mission to have more people sign up as organ, eye, and tissue donors. What drives her? Roxanne received a heart transplant made possible by an organ donor.
I decided that day to devote myself to signing up the most people in the United States. That's my goal.
Now she's a powerful force for good. What could you make possible as an organ, eye, and tissue donor? Leave behind the gift of life. Go to organdonor.gov. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the sheep sleeps tonight.
It just isn't the same without the lion. Join the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance today. Visit sdzwa.org.
If it wasn't for goats, we wouldn't have coffee. Look it up.
I want to get some coffee. You want some coffee? No, thank you. I'm fine.
And the best sports talk in Acadiana. 103.3 The GOAT.
Sometimes wonder why all the flowers had to die. I dream about you and now. Summer's come and gone, and the nights they seem so long. Come on.
All right, a little bit odd. These numbers I can't find on the DraftKings website, but someone put them out there.
Interesting. Let me see if I can find
So
him
let's see
somewhere.
here. NOLA Analytics put him out there. Dave Schultz, Lyndon Burton on a Wednesday afternoon sports chat. 103.3 The GOAT. Danny Vietti talking Major League Baseball, bottom of the hour. What'd you say over-under was going to be for the Pelicans?
I said anywhere between 45, 50.
Well, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Right? A 5-game span is a lot.
True.
Okay.
Well, let's say 47.
Okay. New Orleans is 43.5.
Take the over, baby. That's what I'm doing. Because I think they were, let's see. I think they were.
I ain't taking the over until Zion weighs in.
That's fair. Until you see him
Under 265.
Okay. Gotcha. Let's see.
Denver is the top dog, 54.5.
Nice.
Phoenix, 51.5.
So they were 42 last season. So yeah, I'm taking the over.
All right.
What's Denver at? 52, you said?
Denver's at 54.5.
54? Ooh.
That's a lot.
That is. Yeah, I was about to say I might take the. Let's see what they were at this past season.
They win like 53 games this year?
I think so. Let's see. Denver Nuggets. And we do have a caller on the line whenever you're ready. Denver's at 53 this past season. Yeah, that's a lot. 54 and a half.
That's a lot of wins.
Yeah, I'm taking the under.
That's a lot because they'll be load management.
Yep, they're not going to be playing Jokic all maybe not Jokic, but Jamal Murray. They're definitely going to load manage him.
Or Michael Porter, yeah.
Yeah, both of them.
Who's on the phone?
We got Smoke on the line.
Hey, Smoke.
What's going on, fellas? I called in about this question. What a great question. $1 million question. What's Zion weight?
What was that?
That's
I'm sorry.
the question, correct?
What was that?
The question is Zion about guessing Zion weight, right?
Yes.
Okay, and a joke, and I would love to say 500. But I'm gonna say realistic. He's in his 280s. I'm gonna go with 85.
You think that's what he weighs? You think that's what he weighs now? You think that's what he's going to weigh at the time? Because last year he came into camp and he was 285. But I had other people saying, like a couple of years ago, he was like 310 pounds, maybe 320.
See, that was bad. That was the second year. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. That was.
I'm gonna say now. I'm gonna guess he in his 280s, like 285. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go more of that right there.
All right.
That's what I think.
Appreciate you for calling, Smoke.
All right.
You got out of there quick, didn't you? You hung up fast. Smokey didn't even let you around for the insult that was coming forward.
No, you don't need the insult that was coming towards me. But I truly think he's going to go into camp 270, 275. And to Dave's point, after the training camp, finish training camp at 260, 265. That's where I think he's going to be. And I think that's solid for him. If he finishes training camp 260 to 265, the key will be to maintain that throughout the season.
We got more reporting from Northwestern students. Bradley Locker, former LSU head coach Ed Orgeron, would have interest in the Northwestern job if the Wildcats go after him. Bradley Locker reports.
Ooh, look, Ed is the perfect interim guy. We know there won't be any problems in their team locker room now. There may be some problems, some scandals outside with the ladies he's trying to deal with in Northwestern.
Is he engaged?
Is he?
Yeah.
Look, man, who knows with that? Ed is a true player for real. Dave's like, I'm not touching that. I remember seeing Ed, and this is how I knew the rumors were true. I went to Baton Rouge I got invited to do a podcast, putting gas. Guess who pulls up? Ed Orgeron, not with his wife, with that lady he's engaged to now. And I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was probably a long time ago, though.
Yeah. That was right when that was when he was still married to the lady and the other lady. And before he got the divorce.
Oh, before he got
the divorce. Before he got the divorce,
Because he signed the contract and the marriage was over shortly after the championship.
Yep. This was pre-championship, like the first year. This was right before the championship, his first year coaching.
All right. But she was sick that year. He was taking care of his wife.
Well, I didn't see him with his wife.
Because she was sick.
Oh, okay. Well, he had another lady with him.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm not sure if we just made news or not.
Look, I mean, that was known. He was out and about.
All right. I don't know if it was known he was out and about
that
while
year.
He was still married.
Oh, well, I thought it was.
Remember, he had the interim year.
Yeah.
Then the year you're talking about, and then the championship.
And then after the championship, that's when the divorce was signed. Yeah.
All right, back after this. Danny Vietti at the bottom of the hour. Dave Schultz, Lennon Burton. 103.3 to go.
When I feel cold, you warm me. And when I feel I can't go on, you come and hold.
Thirsty for intelligent sports talk? Sounds like you need a little Gatorade. 103.3 The GOAT. The greatest sports talk of all time.
High quality and personal service is what you'll get at Birdnose Auto Service. Birdnose offers the best in automotive repair and maintenance, and their rates are very competitive with no hidden fees. Another great thing about Birdnose is their employees. Friendly, fast, and there to help you with any questions about your auto repair. Birdnose, 416 Bertrand Drive, right around the corner from Cajun Field. Let them put their experience to work for you. Birdnose Auto Service, a proud Cajun supporter, and online at birdnoseauto.com.
The Dell Technologies Black Friday and July event has arrived with limited quantity deals on top tech to power any passion. Save on select XPS PCs and more powered by the latest Intel Core processors. Plus, get savings on select monitors and accessories, free shipping, and monthly payment options with Dell Preferred Account. Save today by calling 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. Offered to U.S. residents by WebBank, who determines qualifications for and terms of credit.
Parents, are you tired of helping put your kids' shoes on? They're squirming, watching cartoons, anything but helping. Luckily, it's Skechers to the rescue. Introducing new hands-free Skechers Slip-ins. Footwear you can just get your kids to step into and their shoes are on. You don't need to bend over. You don't need to sit on the floor and try to wrangle them on. And they're available in all types of Skechers styles with and without laces, and most are machine washable. Find Skechers Slip-ins for kids or mom and dad at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish shoes are sold.
Wendy's is open till midnight or later, so you can give in to the craving and go night mode. Now all of your favorite menu items just got their bedtime extended. You can get what you want even later, like the Baconator with 6 strips of bacon, or the perfect fries and Frosty Duo. If you're up later, then so are we. So go ahead and pull through the drive-thru. When the craving hits, go night mode at Wendy's. Open till midnight or later. All right, see ya later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary. And we're live here outside the Perez family home, just waiting for and there they go. Almost on time this morning. Mom is coming out the front door strong with a double-arm kid carry. Looks like Dad has the bags. Daughter is bringing up the rear. Oh, but the diaper bag wasn't closed. Diapers and toys are everywhere. Ooh, but Mom has just nailed the perfect car seat buckle for the toddler. And now the eldest daughter, who looks to be about 9 or 10, has secured herself in the booster seat. Dad zips the bag closed, and they're off. But looks like Mom doesn't realize her coffee cup is still on the roof of the car. And there it goes. Oh, that's a shame. That mug was a fam favorite.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Just nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Learn more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Visit nhtsa.gov/ the right seat.
Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt U.S. Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
I'm Shanola Hampton. I support the Feeding America network of food banks because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
Ernie Johnson and Charles Barkley welcoming you back to Susan's Cubicle here in Accounts Payable. What an afternoon of nonstop bookkeeping action, Charles. Are you kidding me? She said